Well, here we are. This is our hunk of wood we're going to try turning into something. Okay, my partner in crime did all the drilling on the game lane. I screwed it up by putting in the holes for our scorekeeper in the middle here. Next step is going to be rod out the bottom. Yes, I know you saw this part in the first clip, but I didn't like that big giant knot. So what we're going to do now is route out a storage space right in here. It's going to be able to hold 2 decks of cards and the pegs for playing cribbage. So between that and I think this little piece of ply right here, slipping in the bottom, should be good. Well, after hogging out all of that stuff with the Forstner bit, I went ahead and set up these temporary fences and used the router to get out the rest. And no, it's not perfect, but it's going to be hidden anyways, and I really like it. I think it came out beautiful. So let's continue. Alright, so now that all the drilling is done, all the sanding is done, we took that space we routed out and made a nice little oak cover with some rare earth magnets in there, a couple of screws and some blocks to hold it in place so it goes in. It sits nice and tight, it won't come out. We are going to put felt in there, but first I want to get all the oiling done first so that way if anything dripped into the body there wouldn't be visible once we put the felt in place there, just to make everything look good inside. So I'm going to start with this here, and I think I'm going to find a couple of little blocks to keep this up, and it can dry while I get the other side. Apparently I lost my drying blocks, so I'm going to make some new ones really quick right here, and we'll keep this in the video too. So, just some regular drywall screws, thin threads, scrap pieces of plywood, and a drill. Drive so they're all the way through. Quick and dirty drying racks. Onto the boiled linseed oil. This time I remembered my gloves. Now come back in about 15 minutes and just wipe it down and let it harden up, see what happens. So now I'm just wiping off any excess that didn't soak in over the last 15 minutes. And that's very, very pretty. Quarter-inch hardwood probably could have sat a little bit longer. This oak here didn't seem to draw a lot in. Still looks pretty.
Okay.
So now we wait. We come back next time, we'll put in the felt and paint the pegs and maybe see if we can't go give this thing away to our friend.
Good.
Alright, so now I'm just going through and cleaning out all the pegging holes and discovering which ones either need to be re-drilled or what, after putting the oil on, some of them clogged up a little bit. These little pegs are just dowels from the craft store. We're going to paint them after, off camera. Just really want to get this video up tonight, if at all possible. I like to stay with our routine of getting something up, hopefully weekly. So before I continue on clearing out those holes, we did cover it with the boiled linseed oil. I'm going to finish going through, clear all the holes, drill the couple that I found that are off. Probably hit a little spray poly to make sure that it stays pretty well protected. On the bottom, we have the spot where everything's going to be stored, and just went ahead and covered the inside with some black felt, glued it in place with a little spray adhesive. This isn't thick enough to stop these magnets from grabbing hold really good, so when that goes back on, you know, it sits nice and secure. So there's our cribbage board. I hope you enjoyed this build. I know it's kind of a short video, but we like it when you follow along. So if you could, please, like, share, and subscribe. Hope to see you back in about a week.